all my years, they never left the building. I came back in the morning to make breakfast, and it was the same people that were there the night before. And they speak of the kids, but the kids are the ones on Friday night that came up with the idea to make out a menu. They were high school kids, to make out a menu, put white tablecloths on, and allow these people to pick a meal that they wanted out of what they made. Those kids, it also did something for those kids. They would sign, they would call ahead and ask, if you're going to do this, can we come and do this again? If you see it and you're with these people, we sit and talk, we play cards, they watch a movie. It's like having someone over at your house sometimes. But what everybody says, they don't leave there wandering the streets at night. They're in there for the night, and they don't leave. We've had women that were battered, that they would get up in the morning and get their kids ready for school, and that van would pick them up and get those kids to school. We had people that had jobs, and they would get them to the job. But they can't get a house without an address. I mean, a job without an address. And they can't get an address without a job. So people help them try to move forward to get those things. And I'm just saying, it has left a whole other side of what I see in people that work in there. You just can't believe what people can do sometimes for us by just doing something like that. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to speak this evening? Please come forward.
I haven't spoken yet. Go ahead. Can I go forward here? That's fine. Nobody behind me. I know. My name's Mary Kritkowski. I've lived in this community my entire life. I do not live in the neighborhood where these people do, and I feel for them. I taught at Eureka High School for a number of years before I retired. I live on the other side of town. I am not involved with ChristNet in any way, and I'm not necessarily proud of that. I'm just stating that. I know people who are. It sounds like ChristNet is doing a tremendous service for our neighborhood, for our community, and for people who way too often get overlooked and are left out and are just on their own. Now, some of the people I know they deal with are difficult. They have mental problems. They have abuse problems. They don't feel good about themselves. They have given up all hope. So why should they respect your property if they have none of their own? People can't live like this in the community behind this wonderful center that we have. But we cannot close a place just because we have more problems. This is a wonderful gift our community has been given. We would be foolish to just toss this away. At the same time, we cannot minimize the needs of people living in that community. I taught there. The children were wonderful. I only retired because I got old, not because I didn't like my work and the people I worked for. So we need to try and find a solution to this problem. We have people who are trying to help a certain segment of society, and as they are doing it, they created a problem for someone else. Isn't that what city government is supposed to be about? Bringing resources together to improve the community. I hope so. I've lived here my whole life, and I'm going to live here till I die if I can do it. Because I think Taylor is a good community. It's a caring community. Whether you've been here for 5 years or for 70-some years, it doesn't matter. It's our community. We want it to be good. The residents who are complaining are not complaining about what this group does. They want them to continue, but in another location. And to be honest with you, I don't want them across the street from me if we don't solve some of these problems. Maybe it's policing, maybe it's other city resources. But we need to do something to reach out and to bring both these groups together and to help them both. Because they both need to be here. We need the residents and we need services for people who aren't residents because they can't find a
now want to say, I am so sorry for what these people have done. Thinking my kids, I opened up a can of something. But it wasn't. So, I don't think that it's the police's problem either. They're underfunded, underpaid. We need more police officers if you're going to get them involved. Walking the beat, old-fashioned, but it worked. Okay? When I came up here the first time, I asked a question, who wants that building? During this meeting, I found out who wants it, a federally funded metro. Okay, ChristNet has not been federally funded. It's not, and you guys know that. I don't know what the policies are when somebody goes to open up a building for a business, but there are things I'm going to assume, and I know I shouldn't do that, but I'm going to assume that you people knew what ChristNet did before you gave them the permit to the building to move into it. You knew this. You allowed it. You knew the school was there first. You knew the things were there. But somebody allowed it. Why? Why? Because somebody's federally funded, now they have the money, so now they can walk in 9 days and take over. That's just wrong on too many levels. Wrong. I'm not a politician, but I think I can do a lot better. Because somebody dropped the ball. Somebody along the line misstepped.
Good evening. I'll be quick because it's past my bedtime. Hi there.
This is usually where the part where I turn into a pumpkin.
You already have.
Hi to the mayor and to the council. I've lived in Taylor on and off for 20-something years. Matter of fact, I'll take it back to when Pine Ridge townhouses. Now, mind you, Pine Ridge and all of you that have been in the community for quite a while, it was drug rated. I was a single mother with a 7-year-old daughter, but yet I wasn't afraid. So when you say ChristNet, this problem has been going on for years in the Taylor community. But yet here I am once again living in the Taylor community. My son, my nephew go to Taylor schools. They ride their bike in these communities. I'm at the dollar store every other day. So I'm just trying to figure out what's this problem that everybody's saying that they're afraid of this community. I love the Taylor community. My son rides his bike with no problems. He's never came home and told me any sort of anything that has happened. But with all that being said, I also was the day manager for a few months at ChristNet. I worked 7 days as a single parent because I didn't want to end up being a client at ChristNet. It was the best month of my life to talk to the clients there. Some of them just fell on hard times. One of the gentlemen there got put out of his apartment. He just needed a temporary place to go until he got back on his feet. So that's what ChristNet does for this community. I mean, I hear what the residents are saying. I would feel the same way if my child didn't feel safe, but I don't feel that way. I love ChristNet to this day. And I just hope that you guys don't take away the license because it's a benefit to everyone. Because all of us sometimes are a paycheck away from being homeless. Thank you.
Thank you. We do have a few online questions. So we take a pause so that we can go to those questions. Madam Clerk? I'm sorry, the previous speaker is not. Oh, okay. I didn't catch your name.
Oh, Sophia Logan. I was on the list already.
Sophia?
Logan.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, Madam Clerk.
Comment was sent in from Betsy Thomas regarding ChristNet's permit. Please don't renew their permit for this location. One of the ladies who spoke for ChristNet stated that they are not responsible for what their clientele does after they leave their building. I propose that they are responsible because they bus many of these people into our neighborhood and some don't leave afterward. We have seen groups of people who camp out overnight at the corner of Eureka and Michael. My husband and I are considering moving due in part to the decline we've seen in our neighborhood as a result of the organization being there. Locating it so close to an elementary school and a retirement home just doesn't make sense. These are our most vulnerable citizens and they need protected. Next comment is from Ashley Miner. Keep ChristNet open. I was not able to speak today, but I am against closing ChristNet. What we need is funding, not fighting. ChristNet works very hard to help people every day. The people of ChristNet give everything they have to help people. There was a man that spoke today who said they don't want their kids to see homelessness. There are homeless people everywhere. You cannot avoid it. These are people, these are human beings just like you and me. Anyone can become homeless. You could become homeless. Why are these people not allowed to live? Why are they not allowed to have peace just because they don't have homes or food? Why are they less worthy of love and care as you are? The problem is not ChristNet.